Hi, I'm Neil Woods with Woods & Woods Attorneys. This video here today is to talk to you about the Camp Lejeune water contamination lawsuit. One of the things I want to go through today is kind of some of the most frequently asked questions that our clients have been asking our law firm about these lawsuits. Congress passed legislation that is now allowing veterans, their family members, any individuals that spent time at Camp Lejeune to sue the federal government for health conditions that are related to the toxic water exposure. Camp Lejeune had contaminated water that they used for bathing, drinking. Anything they had on base was using the contaminated water for roughly about 34 years. During that time period, the federal government knew that the water was contaminated, but it continually just kept using it on base, therefore exposing veterans, their family members, and anybody that worked on base to this toxic water for decades. This lawsuit is not only for veterans. It is also for spouses, children, unborn children, workers. So basically anybody that was at Camp Lejeune for 30 consecutive days or longer. So you may be wondering, what if I worked at Camp Lejeune and I was a groundskeeper and I wasn't an employee of the military? That's fine. You're going to be included in this lawsuit. It's going to cover anyone that was there. This is not just limited to veterans. It's not just limited to their family members. It is anyone who was exposed to toxic water at Camp Lejeune for over 30 days. What conditions are going to be eligible to join this lawsuit? Congress did not actually come up with a distinct list of conditions that are going to be covered in this lawsuit. So what they did say is that anyone who was exposed to contaminated water for over 30 days and has health conditions from it is going to be eligible for compensation. Let's talk about what conditions are probably going to be covered and what you can expect to be related to your toxic exposure at Camp Lejeune. The first one is obviously going to be cancers. Because there was just about every toxin you can think of in the water at Camp Lejeune, cancer is related to almost every single one of the the TCEs, PBEs, PCEs, benzene, all the things that are in the water. So if you served at Camp Lejeune for 30 days or over, and you at any point in your life developed cancer, I would probably try to join this lawsuit because there's probably going to be some compensation available for you. The other things that we think are going to be covered under these lawsuits are going to be cardiac defects. So that's going to, anything that is related to the cardiovascular system that we are going to be able to prove toxic exposure caused it. Some of the other things are miscarriages. A lot of women that were at Camp Lejeune who were drinking the toxic water, they were bathing in it, washing clothes, cooking, showering, they were in this toxic water every day. We now know that a lot of the chemicals that they were being exposed to are directly related to miscarriages. So the other one we're seeing is Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's can, we now know, be caused by some environmental exposure to chemicals out there. One of the most interesting conditions that we are seeing that is probably related to Camp Lejeune toxic water exposure is neurobehavioral issues. So you may be wondering, how does toxic, we understand how toxic water and the connection to cancer, but how is the connection to neurobehavioral issues there? Whenever you ingest toxins and they build up in your body, they can affect the systems from one end of your body to the other, and that includes your brain. So we are seeing in a lot of people chemical imbalances and just various neurobehavioral issues. Really, if you were there and you have any health conditions, I would reach out to a lawyer. One of the most common things veterans have been asking us is, if I receive VA disability benefits, can I join the lawsuit? And the answer is yes. Joining the Camp Lejeune water contamination lawsuit is not going to affect your VA disability benefits. But your VA disability benefits can actually affect the outcome of the Camp Lejeune water contamination claim. So here's how that happens. Let's say on your VA disability benefits, you are service connected for cancer from Camp Lejeune toxic water. And let's say you received $25 total for all of those payments. Now let's say that you join the Camp Lejeune water contamination lawsuit and your settlement at the end of it is $100. There's going to be an offset. So what that means is you're going to subtract the $25 that you earned in VA disability benefits from the $100 that you earned in the Camp Lejeune water contamination lawsuit. Now, as you can see, that the veteran in that situation still walks out of the lawsuit with $75 in their pocket. So it's not like the entire settlement is going to be wiped clean. It is still worthwhile for veterans to join this lawsuit. No, this is not a class action. Every one of us regularly opens up your mail and there's a check for $5.43 from some business that you worked with 10 years ago and you had no idea. And that's what people think of class actions, and they're typically right. There's not much money in it for the actual people who are harmed. So this is different. This is technically called multi-district litigation, and here's how that works. So like a class action, there is a class of people. They put everyone into one big group, into one courtroom, and this is going to be in one of the federal districts in North Carolina. So all the cases will be in one court, and what they'll do is they will decide the cases together as a class, but then they will actually make the final determinations on the value on each case individually. So you're probably thinking, okay, what does all that lawyer speak that you just did mean? Well, here's what it actually means. What it means is the court is more likely in a multi-district litigation to give you what you deserve versus what other people in the class deserve. So one of the reasons that lawyers use multi-district litigation is that we find the settlements are higher for clients. One of the biggest questions that clients are asking us is, what is my expected settlement in the Camp Lejeune water contamination lawsuit? I don't know what to tell you here. It's too soon. Any litigation, when it is right in the beginning stages like this is, anyone who acts like they know what the actual values will be at the end of it is not being truthful. So here's the good news for veterans, their family members, their clients. There is no cost to join this lawsuit. Don't be afraid to give a call and join this lawsuit because you think that you can't afford it or you can't afford a lawyer. That's not the way that this works. There will only be a fee if the case is successful, and it'll be a percentage of the settlement. If there is no settlement, you will not pay your attorney anything, not a penny. If you have any more questions about this, you can reach out to our law firm. You can also go search on our website, woodslawyers.com. And if you have any questions about it, give us a call. If you think you or friends or family members may have been affected by it, reach out to us. We can answer your questions. We can help walk you through the process and help you make a decision on whether this will be something that you want to join or not. Our phone number is 800-544-2108. Reach out to us. There's no charge to have a consultation. We'll ask you a few basic questions. We'll see if this is, something that your family should join. We'll be happy to help.